it's 2. Checkity check. Sorry, I was away from the mic. Checkity check. Yeah, Natty, I had to remove the videos in the background because it was potentially the problem with my computer crashing. Although I'm starting to believe that wasn't actually the problem. Still trying to figure it out. I thought the team at Meld had pinpointed it for me, and we're right. But we had that crash last Friday. That was not ideal. Hold on, I'm fixing a couple windows and then I'm going live. Right, walking miracle better than 0, right? All right, let's do this thing. What button? This button? That's the button. Happy FriYAY! I cannot get the frog out of my throat. Happy FriYAY! That's better. What's up, Chucky? What's up, Nadu? Chuck in the house. Cal Laird, how you doing? Walking Miracle resubscribed to Tier 2 for 57 months. Lucky 5, lucky 7. Randy C! Randy C is here. And so is the box. It finally arrived. Well, Randy C delivered, and it arrived just as it was supposed to. I finally got to the post office to pick it up. We're going to open that tonight. Very excited. He surprised me with a little something. Tarjaran Puma in the house, Tier 2, 60 months. What's up, Allie? How are you? Natty said, thought the screen. Oh, yeah, I read that. Randy C and Natty with the checks. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That crash last Friday was just a little, like, seconds too early. Oh, we got a hype train? I thought I fixed the audio. Why is it going to the speaker still? Oh man, the audio issues are the devil. Yeah. What? Oh, I know why. It actually, did you guys hear it? I think you did hear the notification, but it also played in the speaker. Okay, that's okay. We can deal with that. Randy C. Yes. I like to imagine you just like Kermit the Frog freaked out. Savage, what's happening? How are you now? Flantality. Oh, by the way, Savage, thank you for sharing the thing about the fandom party at San Diego Comic-Con. Hopefully you guys saw that. All American Rejects are going to headline one of the biggest, if not the biggest, off-site party. Not counting the Dreams party, which is different. That's like you have to purchase your ticket event. The fandom one is more a win your ticket event. But anyway, if you guys saw that, you could get in on it and enter for a chance to win tickets to the event, which is the fandom party I've been once before, and it's a lot of fun. Very, very nice party. All right, we're at level 2 hype train, 50%. No matter what, I'm going to give you guys 100 Sully bucks, but for every level we can go up, I will give another 100 Sully bucks. So if you were thinking about subscribing, if you're thinking about giving some bits, if you're thinking about just being generous and donating or gifting some subs to the community, now would be the time to do it so we can push that hype train forward. Randy C resubscribed, making 32 months. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Randy C. Zach Monifer says, I have a pet termite. I named him Clint. Clint eats wood. Is that a shot at Clint Crockett? That seems like a shot. Zach Bonifer in the house. How are you, Zach? He's the one that just said that, and I said it like that was the first time I saw his name today. Nadu said, did you take your trophy from Bry's place? Oh, so you saw the episode. For those of you who have not seen it, let me make sure this is posted to Twitter. For those of you who have not seen it, let me bring this up here. Our good friend Jungle Bry has been working on a little thing called Jungle Motion TV for a few months now. And it's him and our buddy Kyle, who we all worked together at Funko, before the things happened. And this is the 5th episode of the Jungle Motion TV. Now, don't call it a podcast, because what they're trying to make is more of a show. Where's the browser? There we go. So Jungle Motion TV, I'll drop a link for those of you who don't like to type in things and navigate for yourself. There you go. Put that on YouTube as well. 5 episodes out, and I was on the most recent one. Guested with Brian. This is, I think, the 3rd time I've podcasted with him. He's not normally blue, you guys may remember, but we played some fun trivia on here. And in the trivia, we did some based on certain sci-fi movies, and then Kyle did a really fun edit to make it look like we were, like something from the movie. So maybe you can probably guess what that's from. There's some fun clips that have already come out. We recorded this several months ago, but Kyle goes above and beyond on the editing. It's really, really, really impressive. Savage says fandom knows how to throw a party. I agree 100%. Randy said Stream Elements is saying there's a free. Nah, it's got an expiration date on it. It's from Tuesday. I'll take care of it. I can't set those things to just expire. I wish I could. Interestingly enough, I did create a new timer today that we will eventually put in play, but we're not there yet for that. It's hard to remember to do all the things. I got to click approximately 2,000 buttons on a Friday just to go live, Like, no joking. Between creating the graphics, prepping things in advance, getting all the windows open, typing out the descriptions, making sure everything's ready to fire off. Like, it's a lot, and it's easy to forget any one thing, and that gets forgot a lot. Chuck said, take your Dramamine. You don't want to get the Jungle Bride motion sickness. Oh, I like that. That's pretty funny. You got to drop that in somewhere if you haven't already, in response to one of those. It was a fun time hanging with Bri. I love podcasting. I've said many times over the last few months, like, I miss doing movie retakes with my brother, but it was a lot of work. I miss the Funko Funcast, but we know what happened there. I miss doing Nerd Foo with my old buddy Steve. That's a whole other story. But I would love to do a podcast again. It's just they require a lot of prep and a lot of work, and then you got to you've got to promote them. And the promoting part is the most important part and often the hardest. I talk to you guys a lot about making sure you like and retweet, and you guys are really good about it, but so many people aren't. So you could have 1,000 people listen to a podcast, and if no one actually bothers to like it or share it or comment, it's never going to go anywhere. All right, we hit level 2, 50%. I'm going to add points to all of 200. No, I said 100, and then I would add more. There's Bubba James. Resubscribe with Prime, making 34 months. Thank you, Bubba James. That's savage. Every chance. Nerd Foo. I love it. What's up, Misty? How are you now? Chris VKC in the house. How are you, my friend? Hope you're doing well. So anyway, yeah, check out Jungle Motion. Lots of fun. They're trying to build up the YouTube channel. They're currently at 44 subscribers. They're on TikTok. They're on Instagram. Like so many others, they don't do the Twitter. I'm still puzzled by it myself. I don't understand why. And this is not a shot at them. This is just in general. Like, I'll see public campaigns for different things, and they're like, follow us on Instagram and TikTok, or Facebook is included still, but no Twitter, no X. And I'm like, it's great, but like that's my favorite. Why wouldn't you just be in all the places? And there's a lot of people that are like, oh, nobody's on Twitter. They're all on Instagram. Well, does it hurt? Does it harm anything? Choo choo mother. Oh no, you didn't put the mother in there. You still doing a community NFT pack today? Yes, I forgot to advertise it, but we will. We absolutely will, for sure. Monster Pete, what's happening? Maybe they're on Blue Sky. Maybe they are. I have not once seen a company advertise, and I'm sure you'll find an example of how I'm wrong, but I haven't seen a company go, we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on Blue Sky. I've never seen that logo once. I wonder if Pop Mart took a big booth at SDCC, because the whole place is going to be full of Labubus. It will be interesting. The thing about that is, how long have Labubus been big? How long have Labubus been big? And did they have enough time to capitalize on that and really prep? Could they have gotten a booth in enough time? That requires a year advance application and stuff. It's really interesting. I would hope they can get there, but often what happens is something blows up and it's like a year plus later before a company is actually able to capitalize on Stanley. The Stanley drink things. At first you couldn't find them anywhere. Then they finally started doing collaborations and stuff like that. And then now they're everywhere. Now we saw them in Marshalls. That's the beginning of the end. Once you start seeing them discounted at Marshalls. Misty said, some people think Twitter is too toxic. I live on Twitter, so not being mean. What I don't think most people understand is a platform, a social platform, is what you make of it. if you are constantly engaging in, and this is not a shot at you, Misty, but I'm just as an example using this, if you're constantly engaged in political conversations and telling people how angry you are about the world and the way things are going, then guess what you're going to see? It's like a sounding board. If you spend your time engaging with cute cat videos and movie trivia and collectibles, you see that in your feed. That's what I see. Occasionally, a little bit of that other stuff leaks in, and then I'll go, don't show me this anymore, or I won't like it, I won't comment on it, and I won't hesitate too long on it. You have to be careful about what you're consuming, even if you hate it. If you consume it, you're going to see it. Bubba James says, or the same answer for not using Twitter X is they also might not like, as there's other sites you don't like. Yeah, but I mean, again, I would have no problem if they advertise, come hang out with our Discord, as long as they do the other stuff too. You don't want to miss out. But in the Blue Sky thing, put it on there. Go for it. Advertise on Blue Sky too. I'm totally cool with that. But I just think it's funny that companies pick and choose, you know? I applaud Funko for whatever they're doing over there now, marketing wise. They have not ignored Twitter. That's good. They're still doing Twitter. They're doing Instagram. They're doing TikTok a lot, because I guarantee they got some younger marketing team, probably some intern folks or some fresh out of college folks that they're going to focus on TikTok because that's what they know, right? Yo, what's up, G Ninja? How are you? Welcome. All right, we got a fun day of stuff. I know some of our audience is out at Fun Days. Should we look at that first? Should we talk Fun Days first? I did not get a box of fun. Did people get a box of fun? At this point, I don't think it's a leak. I've seen enough photos of what was in the box of fun. And I've seen a couple of images from... Where did I see that? Instagram? Definitely on Instagram. I think like Display Geek. No, they had a list. Some people had images. I don't know how to quickly bring up an image. I don't remember one specifically. But I saw a list of some of the pops. There's like Franny as Wonder Woman. And I saw a couple others. And then apparently there's 100 different Freddy as lanterns. Orange lantern, red lantern, black lantern, green lantern, yellow lantern. Name all the colors you know. It seems like they did that. Pretty interesting that they went that route. I'm sure they're getting a lot of flack. I haven't even read the comments, but I can tell you what I think it would be. Taste the rainbow. I think people are going to say they were lazy and they just did color variants to save money. And those things are probably not the lazy part, but color variants to save money is a real thing. I actually kind of dig the idea that it would be fun to collect them all, but I don't know if people are into that or not. I don't know. You didn't end up using the Disney perks? No, I looked at the funds again and decided not to make a purchase of a box of fun. I couldn't spend the money, so. But Darth Wacko says, I wish I'd gotten a box of fun now that I've seen what was in them. So you saw some stuff you really liked. That's good. I think the last I saw, the box of fun is still available to buy. Well, there you go. There's your option. I got a box of fun and it shipped out immediately. Should have it early next week. I wish you the best. I hope you get a super low number something. Yeah, it's not, I mean, look, if I had a little, I do have a little extra money, but we've got SDCC next month. And I had to invest some of that money in what I'm going to show you guys in a few minutes. I had to make sure I had that, so I could still pay rent and all that stuff. So luckily selling pops on Whatnot has provided me with just a little bit of extra after paying bills. So I'm parlaying that into another opportunity that you'll see. Miss Jessie Star just goes, who? Or whew. 7 different colors and each has a metallic variant. So Chuck, huge lantern fan, are you chasing them all? Are you gonna go? Are you just gonna be happy with whatever you get? What are you doing there? I know, Darth Wacko, right? I can't do that. As a responsible adult, mostly, I got to make sure to pay the rent. Mostly. No thoughts on the lanterns? I thought you guys would have strong opinions. Again, I didn't read the comments. If anybody has a link to like a really good post because I don't think Funko officially shared like images of the stuff from the boxes. I'm gonna check now and just see. There we go. This is them on Instagram. Oh, what in the? No way. That is freaking cool. They're doing another Funko Force 2.0. Wow, that is badass. Original packaging, 2010 pieces, because that's when those first premiered. Oh, wow, that is cool. They're doing Batman and Robin and the Penguin. This is the kind of stuff I was always trying to get them to do. Go back and pay homage to what you've already done. That is brilliant. Well done. That is so freaking cool. Do you guys do you know about the Funko Force 2.0 Walking Miracle? There was a Freddy as Two-Face. Okay, and I did see that. That's awesome. So when Funko first started, I've heard several stories, but I've pieced together most of it to what I know to be the history, right? So when Funko first started, they were known for the wacky wobblers. You had the big boy and Mike and several of the guys that were there in through when I was there, 10, 15 years later, because they started in 98. Almost 20 years later, those guys were still there. They had been doing wacky wobblers was the majority of their stuff. And then I think Brian had already taken over Funko. So Mike had stepped down and sold it. Brian came in. This is mostly in the documentary. But then Yoko actually hosted a panel, one of the first Funko panels ever, at Emerald City Comic Con one year that I went to as a fan before going to work at Funko. And she had some of the artists on. And she told the story of how Funko approached DC with some plush figures. And they were this chibi style, big black eyes, but they were plush. And the DC rep said, cool, but what if you made them vinyl figures? Well, they had already been doing vinyl figures in the Wacky Wobblers, so then they went back to the drawing board, took that, made it into a figure, and showed it to the team at DC, and they were like, yes, absolutely, you can do Batman, you can do our licensed stuff, you can do Batman, you can do Robin, you can do Wonder Woman, all that stuff. And so Funko, in 2010, which is why there's the number of pieces for this year, 2010 went and made for SDCC these guys, known as, you can see down at the bottom, Funko Force 2.0. They weren't called Funko Pops. And they came in this clamshell packaging. And I've said this many, 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 many times, and now with this reference, it might make more sense to you. But I've always said the packaging is why Funko Pops were successful. Well, Funko Force 2.0, technically a pop, was not successful. The story is at SDCC that year, they couldn't sell them. Even with the limited sticker, nobody knew what a pop was. Nobody knew what a Funko Force 2.0 was. And so at the end of the show, there were several fans, some of the hardcore ones you saw in the documentary, some of the Hall of Famers, that took home master cases of these. And they really couldn't unload them. Nobody really cared. Then, for whatever reason, I don't know why, Funko decided to go back to the drawing board. Hopefully, much like what Brian's going through right now with Thrill Joy, somebody came to the table and said, the pop is great. The figure you've made is fantastic, but guess what? The packaging sucks. If we want to do anything with it, we got to cut it open. It ruins the package. It ruins the whole packaging, and now I can't keep it in box. Do something different. And some genius came up with the box. And the box is so simple and so fragile, unfortunately, it lends itself to perfect collectability. And I think it's the genius that made Pop so successful. I don't know why they changed the name to Pop. I don't know if they brought in a branding company or something to talk it over. Here's some more of the Funko Force 2.0. You have the Green Lantern glow in the dark, and they have the glow in the dark sticker like we know today. There's some of the concept art. Oh, I haven't seen that in forever. That's really cool. But anyway, they changed it up, and the box now has been around forever. Easy to open up, easy to get your figure out, take photos, put it on a shelf, and then eventually put it back, and it's like new in packaging again. Brilliant. Plastic window on the front and the side so you can see it without having to take it out. Brilliant. And why I say everyone should just copy that. Thrill Joy finally got there. Will Will Mike Becker and team get away from this and move more to something like that? I don't think Mike will, but I think they'd be even more successful if they did. Yeah, again, I keep talking about it, and maybe I should just sit down and interview those that matter and get this put together. But the history of Funko is very interesting, not only for us Funko fans, but also for those who maybe want to like study up on a successful company, especially a successful toy company. What does it take? And Funko is a case study of exactly what to do at different points, and exactly not what to do at some other points. Now I understand why Funko says damage to boxes isn't supposed to be as big of a deal when that was part of the story. I mean, they chose to make a simple packaging, and those boxes do easily get damaged, which sucks if you get a damaged box, but rocks if you get a minty box, because you've just hit like an extra level of the lottery if you're a collector. You know, and that's why people chase. I want it in mint, pristine condition. Same thing we do with action figures and like those Funko Force 2.0. I had a chance to buy a couple years ago, and I'm pissed I didn't. Could have got them for like $80 a piece. Now, if they sell, and I don't think they do very often, they go for big money. Let's check eBay and see if there's been any recent sales. Funko Force 2.0. I bet they're about to spike. Now with, oh, look at this. Somebody's asking $10,000 for a Green Lantern and has 51 viewers. If they saw this announcement, they should up that price. They're probably not going to get the 10 grand anyway, but like now it's about to get even more extreme. Let's see if any have sold. Yeah, there's this one. I forgot about this. There was a character called Funko Force, which must have been a nod back to the Funko Force 2.0. I actually have this one, this Terminator Salvation. This is Funko Force, so this was before the 2.0, and probably was some sort of middle ground between Wacky Wobblers and there's a Halo one between Wacky Wobblers and the Pop style. Yeah, no recent sales of Funko Force 2.0 figures. I'm not surprised. If you look up on HobbyDB, you could do some research, and they actually record sales, so you could look and see what recent sales were. Recent meaning in the last year, 2, 3, 5 even. I mean, Manny, if there are deep pockets out there, there are people that will always be heavy collectors, and at any point, someone could enter this world. You could get the next big, giant, famous person to come up. Like, let's take Tom Holland 10 years ago. He was like a nobody. He gets cast as Spider-Man. He's thrown into the limelight. He now has millions and millions and millions of dollars. Had he been a collector and Funko was already his thing, what do you think he's going to do? Well, he's going to immediately double down on buying the things that he loves, and he would be willing to spend $10,000 on a Funko Force 2.0. If I won the lottery right now, I would own some of those, and I'd own a gold Loki and a Flock Chewbacca signed by Peter Mayhew and a few things like that. There's always about to be somebody else to come into it, and when it's up there, that's why I like having those high-pieced items that I have up for sale. You never know when one of those might sell overnight. It could happen. Manny said I would have bought him if I was born back in 2010. Okay, Manny. All right. Are you able to close the clamshell once you open them? No, I don't believe so. I think it's one of those stupid edges that looks like it's stitched, but it's the melted plastic that holds it together. That was a big sidetrack, but dang, these are super cool. These are super cool. It's not exactly like that original packaging. I'm kind of curious. They did make some changes there, but I do like it. It says Pop 15 years up at the top. It doesn't say Funko Force 2.0 anywhere on there, which is interesting. But I love that you've got the number of pieces on there. You've got the SDCC limited edition sticker. You've got that verifiable sticker on there. Man, if I had a chance, I would scoop one of these up for sure. I'd get one of each of the three. If I got in the booth and they're like, you can get 3 things, I'd take one of each of these. I think they're so cool. Love how you know all this. Keep telling these stories. Maybe find a garage with a couch and a clock so you can tell more stories. Right? I don't even know if a Babe Ruth card is worth 10,000. Oh, yeah, worth a lot more. There's a story I just saw. Hey, what's up, Vanilla Gorilla, baby? How are you? I recently saw a story about this guy is just uber rich, and he has a Mickey Mantle rookie. I want to say it's not a 10. It's not a perfect bet, but it's like a 9, and he was offered several $1 million for it, and he turned it down because to him, it's basically priceless. And he's just going to hold as long as he can, and he's going to see how big this goes. The whole collectibles community, you know, it goes in waves, but sports cards have had their real comeuppance over the last 10 years. You know, when I was in it in the 80s and the 90s, you were lucky if a card ever reached several $100s in value. $1,000 was absolutely insane. Now you got cards selling for millions of bucks. Tom Brady was at Fanatics Live last weekend, their convention, and he bought a card for like, it's like 2 mil, 2 point something mil. I mean, some of this stuff is just going nuts, right? No auction or whatnot tonight. We're just talking about some different things. This weekend in Hollywood, at Funko Hollywood, they're doing a thing called Fun Days, which for as long as I can remember back, going back 15 years, that has been a party. Nice. I see what you did there. They've been having this party during San Diego Comic-Con, and this year, I'm not talking smack, but I am assuming budget constraints, changes in leadership, push to make a profit instead of making this an event that's just to honor fans. They are having it at Hollywood in a weekend, not during San Diego Comic-Con, and a bunch of people that would normally be here are probably at that event. I'm anxious to talk to anybody who goes and see what's it like, especially somebody who had been to Fun Days in the past versus being at this Fun Days event this weekend now. My gut tells me not going to be the same vibe at all, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's poop or bad. It just could be different, right? Walking Miracle says there was a player who was at the Fanatics thing over the weekend when his trade was announced. His name is escaping. No way. So he was there at the event when he found out that a trade was going to happen for him. That's nuts. An LE70. If you have a link, drop it for me. That's what I was trying to do when I went out here and found that cool announcement from Funko. Honestly, one of the coolest things they've ever done. And no way, hold on. Hold the phone. I'm not logged in, so I can't even like that. What is this? Huckleberry Hound? Are you kidding me? Brian's not there, and they're still going to go lean into Huckleberry Hound. I never thought I'd see it. I thought for sure they'd avoid that. Oh, wow. Look at those. Good. I like the way they did this post. Little mystery. And it's got the sleeve, exactly like I've been saying they should do for years and years and years. They did it once with Deadpool, and then they ignored it for a long time. I'm so glad this is back. I wonder if Brian Mariotti will collect them. I didn't see the LE70. I saw it on a list, but I didn't see what it looks like. Priscilla says, hi, I'm resin casting, so I'll be listening and lurking. Oh, perfect. I have the announcement coming up here shortly. So if you want to chime in on that, would love you to, but I know you're busy. So Manny said, I'm going on Sunday. At least they got Fun Day shirts to buy. Oh, that's cool. Yes. Smart. Merchandise it. They're getting everybody to Hollywood. They're selling you a box of fun. You could get the tickets for the event. I'm sure in addition to the freebies that you'll get with your ticket, not free, there'll be some other perks and other things to buy. And selling a Fun Day shirt is genius. That's so smart. They should have been doing that for years. They possibly had that in the works before he left. I seriously doubt at this point. I mean, it's been a year, 2 years this July since he was... Boba James said, Sully, I posted the LE70 pop in Valor and Vellum's Discord. Oh, boy. Well, if I thought I could get there in under 10 minutes. Callard says, I'm heading up to my dad, so I will be listening while I drive. All right, brother. Be careful. Drive safe. Misty sent me a link in Twitter. Now we're talking. That I can do. That I can do quickly. I tried to send a DM to somebody in Discord the other day while I was... hanging with Dr. Crispy in his stream, and it about broke my brain. Should have been the simplest thing. Oh no, Misty, you sent me a link to you know who. I can't show you know who. I cannot give them any love. Let's try this. I refuse to give them any love. Nope, that's the wrong button. I hope I didn't just close anything. I've been muted. I don't know how that happened. I must have clicked the button wrong. Great. I said a whole bunch of stuff, so I'm not sure how long I was muted. I was just trying to read the card there that comes with this. Credit goes to Tanner on the photo. He took the photo. I don't know if that means he got one or if he just took the photo of somebody else's, but you'll notice this show Grail down in the corner. Very interesting. Don't have any idea how I got muted. I must have been moving the mic. If you ever hear music but you don't hear me, I've muted the mic. If you hear no sound at all, something's very wrong with sound. Yeah, well, now, hopefully I've recapped it all. Yeah, that happens. And the chat was frozen because I was looking at an old chat. You know, just everything sound, audio is the devil. That just proves it time and time and time again. If I'm muted, there should be like a constant tone or ping or something. Yo, what's up, Arizona sports fans? How you doing? Thank you for bringing that to my attention. Yeah, I keep getting sidetracked, but basically what I was trying to do was see if Funko had posted anything about the box of fun. Who's that at Fun Days? Matthew Lillard? I thought it was. Wow, very cool. He was out at, oh, there's Geeky. He was out at Washington State SummerCon this past weekend. But I don't see any posts from them about the official pops from the box of fun. You guys can go see it. I'm anxious to see what everybody's response is. When I first looked at it, I thought, I'm not so upset I didn't get a box of fun. I would really have enjoyed to get some of those and to see up close some of the different pops. But, you know, had to make some decisions, and it's time to sell, not buy. So, for me, anyway. Okay, let's do the unboxing. Big shout out to Randy C., who, I'll tell you guys the story real quick. I've been selling stuff on Whatnot, and as I'm going through my collection, I'm trying to sell as much as I can, put up as much as I can for sale. I can in a minute, Manny. Remind me after this unboxing. Yeah, absolutely. But anyway, I been selling stuff, and as I go through it, you know, I try to put everything for sale. Well, I put up a Freddy from Fun Days in 20, I want to say 17, maybe 18. It was Freddy in the blue tuxedo. That was the same year that I hosted Fun Days, back when they, you know, when I worked there. Me and Hillary in a booth, Cameron and Yoko out on walking around, talking to fans. That part didn't work out so well for technical difficulties, but and we got to be the hosts of Fun Days, and I wore a blue powdered tuxedo randomly. No one told me about the Freddy that was coming, but when we got there to the event and I saw the pops for the first time, there's Freddy in a blue powdered tuxedo. And as I'm putting that pop up to sell, I'm like, why am I selling this? Like, this actually means a lot to me because of that year and getting to work for Funko and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And somebody bid, and then Randy bid against them and won. And I think I made a comment at the time like, oh, okay, I see. Y'all y'all saw my tears and you're gonna buy the thing. Well, it turns out Randy was doing it to be sweet. I'm an a-hole. Randy was doing it to be sweet, and he bought it to get it to give it back to me. And then he was gonna surprise me, but he ultimately said, well, now let me tell him up front so he can see what to expect. Good packaging, by the way, Randy. I'm taking the bags out here and tossing them on the floor that he used for padding, and he was like, wait till you see what I used for padding. And then I knew it. I just knew it. Randy, I hope you got these out of someone else's garbage. That's all I can say. I do see what you apologize for. So he sent me the Freddy Pop back, and then a couple of other items, very well packaged, like good padding. Even though not a good logo on the padding, good padding. Well done. Look at this wrapping to make sure it arrived in wonderful condition. And he sent me back the pop. So this is now a forever grail. It's not going to leave my collection again. That was very sweet of you, Randy. That was very, very sweet. Wow, wow. You weren't messing around, sir. And did you put it in a stacker? No way. You upgraded it. I didn't even put that in a stacker when I sent it to you. It was just in a protector. Those are different things, by the way. Funko doesn't seem to understand that, but they're different. That pop has now traveled places. It has. It's back home, baby. I can't believe that just a few weeks ago, you bought it. I shipped it to you. You repackaged and shipped it back. That is incredibly sweet. I'm gonna replace. I'll replace Mini up there and put this one up in my Grail mods from Display Geek. Don't throw the bags away. They are worth 10 cents each in California. It's gold. I'm not going to throw them away. I'm going to burn them. I'm going to burn them. But in addition, like he not only upgraded the shipping, he sent me something else. I had been posting, or I posted after visiting a Miniso. Miniso has some really cool blind bag stuff, blind box stuff up at the front of their store. And I came across the display for this retro stamp figure line, which on a first glance at the box, you look at it and go, eh. But then they have a really cool acrylic plastic kind of glass looking case up at the front that shows all the different potential figures that come out of there, which is actually shown, of course, on the bottom. And there's one I would want. Right there, Sully and Mike. They're very cool figures, but to see them is way cooler than to just see the box. And inside, if you were to get one as a blind bag, there's the experience, there's the bag. And look at this beauty. It's like a postcard with Sully popping right out of there and Mike. A very cool 3D effect. I love that. And it even on the back, I didn't know this, has like a to and buy. So it looks like a postcard stamp. Looks like a stamp that would be on a postcard. And it comes with a little case or a little display so you can display it like that. That is so cool. I love it. Everything about that is just so cool. There's a lot of stuff at Mini, so I actually went through and took a bunch of pictures. And they have Disney licenses, and they make a lot of Sully stuff at Mini. So they have a lot of stuff that has Sully in there, but with the Disney license stuff. And I took pictures and video of a bunch so I could eventually track them down on eBay. But wow, Randy, thank you so very much. This is just wow. I got to get a good photo of these and put it out. Thank you. You are extremely generous. And this is the Randy C show, by the way. And Randy is down near Whataburger, and Whataburger's doing their anniversary cup series right now. That sounds like a race of some kind. It's not. They're doing this every few weeks or every week in different seasons. I think it's every few weeks. They have different collectible cups featuring the history of Whataburger. One of the very first ones, shout out to Whataburger, has the different, it's like the yellow color of like the paper they used to wrap the burgers with the different stickers that say like pickles, onions, etc. on there. And he's been grabbing them up for me, and he's going to send me the cups. So I can't wait to show those off when they arrive too. But Randy, thank you. I mean, just, wow, thank you. From the bottom of my heart. You're so sweet. Oh, did you, Randy? Nice. Feel free to share it. Hopefully I don't look like a complete idiot in there. Inevitably, when it freezes here or something, I look like extra derpy. Yo, what's up, Millennium Panda? How are you? That's very cool. Isn't that movie, man? So sweet. Yeah, these are so neat. If you guys have never been into Miniso, you should go in and mine, at least near the front. They have all the blind box stuff. They have a lot of times you can find the Rockymotos there. But they have those, and they have some really cool ones. Now their pricing on the mystery items is a little expensive sometimes. Like I think this is probably a $16 to $20 mystery box. So you're not gonna buy a case of them unless you're really got the extra money lying around. But to buy the occasional one and then swap or trade or maybe go on eBay and just buy the one you want, like I was thinking about doing it. That was very sweet, Randy. Thank you. You didn't have to do any of that, and I truly appreciate it. But I mean what I say. I'm not selling that pop now. That's gonna be like they'll have to pry that out of my cold dead hands when the time comes. Did you, Randy? Beautiful. Probably one I even looked at then. It's getting hot in here. This room, I've said it like a gazillion times, but the computer turns on and just fills this room with heat, and it doesn't matter if I've got fans going. I'm gonna have to get some sort of room AC unit to just get some air moving. That's the worst part. That's what you were waiting on? Oh man, so cool, so cool. Well, thank you. I truly appreciate it. I'm looking over this way because okay, story time again. So, those of you who may have noticed the shirt, no one commented on it tonight, I'm shocked, but somebody commented on Whatnot the other night. Notice a shirt with a logo I've created, but this, I've never shown this off before. This is a sample. It's not available to purchase right now, right? I'm gonna make it. You were Walking Miracle? Very, very good. I can count on you, I know. So I ordered some different shirt types for quality testing, right? They allow me to order them at they're like $14 a piece with the printing, which is pretty cool to get samples. And then I have to put them up, you know, I can only order like 3 different things a month max. But anyway, I've never done any of the printing that has a gradient on there. This one does, and it actually looks really good. When I designed it with more of a harsh line and the gradient, and it did really good on that for a print directly to shirt. So I'm happy with that, which means I can offer that from some of the logos I designed with gradients. But I was more impressed with the shirt quality. I was looking for some, you know, the trend now is to go back to the 90s style, baggier, blockier shirts that are thicker quality, but not so thick. Like, I'm not going as thick as some of these are now to where it's uncomfortable in the heat. This is a perfect shirt, and I'll tell you guys what the brand and everything is. I think it's called Bella, something like that. I believe this one's 100% cotton, but hold on, I'll tell you the story and then we'll look at tags. So I ordered 3 shirts, right? This one was one of the newest shirt types they had. In fact, I don't even know if I can put it up for sale yet. It was like an early preview. I like it. I like it a lot. I don't know if I can get a good... I'm going to have to unzoom here. Hold on. Oh, that's rezoom. You know, I'm a bigger guy, right? It's a nice fit. I like my shirts a little baggier. So it fits a little baggier. Nice fit in the arms. This one's actually a little snugger than the left one. I think my arms are the same size. But yeah, more of a 90s style shirt, but not as thick as some of those that you've seen before. No undressing. I wouldn't do that to y'all. But I like the way it looks. Like, this is exactly how I like my shirts to fit. Okay? So that's shirt 1. Recommend the shirt. Hold on. I do have to do a wardrobe change. Let me show you shirt 2 here. By the way, the first shirt, hopefully you guys can hear me. The first shirt does not come in standard solid colors. This one, however, does. And I wanted that Rocky Moto style shirt. This one is a thinner shirt. Not thin, don't get me wrong. It's not as thick a material as the other one, but it's a perfect weight for Comic-Con. And a really good fit. Once again, I'm a bigger guy. I like the kind of blocky, straight here. The sleeves are a good fit, not too tight in the neck. I love the way that came out in the Rocky Moto style. This reminds me of Toy Story 3 when Amen is modeling all of the clothes. Oh, Ken. Oh, yeah. Alright, so I like the way this looks. I think it looks really good, right? That was shirt 2. Another win. I'll get the brand and everything. Now, prepare for shirt 3. Okay, you ready? Can you hear me? Watch this. Watch it. I'm coming into frame. The shirt's gonna get here first. Look at this shirt. It is gigantic, man. It is so... This is a 2X. This is a 2X. It is huge. I can put a belt with it and make a dress. This is a 2X. I am not talking about anyone's size in this world. I would never make fun of anybody for being bigger. This is the equivalent of like a 7X. Look at this. Look at this. It's insane. Kelly goes, she tried it on. She's like, me and Macy could both fit in here. I was like, well, your heads wouldn't fit through the neck hole. And there's parts of it I like. I look small in this thing. there are parts of it I like. I do like the way the shoulder goes off over the shoulder, the stitching. I do like that, and I like how it's open and wide it is, but it's just insane. I buy these as samples. I can't like return it, but I don't understand why they call this a 2X. Like, why in the world don't we have, you know how you guys ever buy shoes and you buy from Nike and a 12 fits one time, and then the next time you need a 13? That happens to me. You fit your size in there. Or you buy Nike's fit fine, but like freaking Adidas don't. Why is there not a standard size measurer that they just put in and go, we did it? I don't understand it. So this shirt, for whatever, and I don't remember reading in the description, runs very large. I double checked the tag to make sure it's a 2X. It's insane. It's comfortable. It's very comfortable. But I'm not going to be wearing it to Comic-Con because people are going to look at me going, did he lose 300 pounds? Is this a man? Because if you know me, you definitely wouldn't say that. But like, is this a man that lost 300 pounds? Or like he get that shirt for free at Goodwill or something? Like, I don't get it. The logo turned out good. It actually pops better red on camera. It's a darker red in person. But this was the design I did. Twosie. Exactly. Not a onesie, a twosie. That's the one right there. Vanilla Grill was waiting on the ultimate moment and he nailed it. So, you know, you have to test these things. Two were winners. I'm going to wear these two to SDCC. But I will make this design available now on my website. But I'm also going to make the shirt available. If you're like me and you like the 90s style stuff, this is a Bella canvas shirt. And like I said, it doesn't come in your traditional solid colors. This is the darkest, closest to black they had, even though look at compared to an actual black shirt. But I like it. It's kind of more of a slate gray, if you will. Bella canvas runs a little. I'm moving to 2X because I want the baggier fit. I can wear an XL. But I like the 2X fit, and this one's perfect. So, and I'll keep these handy in case when I put stuff on the website, you guys are like, wait a minute, I want to get that shirt. What was that style you said? And then we'll be able to look back. This one that I think would be better for SDCC because it's still a good thick material, but not too thick at all. Like this will be nice in the sun. You won't overheat. This one is a Stanley Stella. With a 7 in there. I should have known. Good luck. The T's are 7s. And then this one that I have on, which should be, you know, available at Dick's as a tint. I'll have to look in a little bit and see what the tag is. But I couldn't believe it. When I opened this, I'm like, there's no way that this was a 2X. They clearly made a mistake and sent me like a 5X. No, it's a 2X. For whatever reason, they decided to run that big. Like, how disappointing especially customized stuff, because they print these on demand. If you bought this shirt without me testing it, and it was that big, you'd be like, this is a mistake. I can't have this. And then what are they going to do? It was a print specifically printed for you. I hate that. I'm in between an XL and a 2XL, depending on the shirt. Exactly. I struggle with it all the time. It was a BOGO special, but it was like buy the front, get the back. Each is the equivalent of normal shirt material. Darth Whack, I struggle with it all the time. I really think, and maybe some sites do this for women, but I've not seen it for men. I need a website that like sells all kinds of clothes, and I need on the website there to be a model, a dude, like let's just call him Dave. And Dave is my body type. Dave is, you know, my height, my width, my waist size. There would be a bunch of different models, but I need a Dave. Dude Dave, exactly. And Dave would try on all the clothes and take photos and give his review and go, this one runs small, too tight in the chest, shirt's too short, etc., etc. I need Deluxe Dave as my model too. I need that. Does that exist for anyone anywhere? Is this a thing? Amazon should do this. I could be Dave. Just try on clothes, take photos, tell people what I think about it, do some live videos like I did today. It's absolutely horrible. Why do we have to go places and try on clothes? Shouldn't you be able to go somewhere and pick up an XL and go, XL, I'm an XL guy, this is going to work perfect. Nope. Walking Miracle says, are you able to make a cheat sheet of sorts on your site where you list out your pros and cons of each type? You're not easily, but what I can do is I can customize the description of each item that I put up on nerdunite.online. Let's look together, because maybe some people don't know about the site. nerdunite.online. You come here, you go to Nerd Unite merch right up at the top. There's me last year. You can scroll down and have collections depending on the logo. I have a bunch of different collections of logos I've created, right? So this, like I said, the WWE Raw one is not on there, but like the Deadpool is. I'm sorry, not Deadpool, Daredevil. That's the second time this week I've done it. The shirt I currently have up is the Comfort Colors shirt. That is another really good quality shirt that runs pretty true to size. I wear those in a 2XL, Darth Wacko, in case you're interested. I love the Comfort Color shirts, and we'll probably continue to offer those. They're a little bit thicker than the Stanley one, not the drink hardware company, not the mugs. They're a little, those Comfort Colors are a little thicker than this one, and they run different colors. The Comfort Colors doesn't offer a really good red. They have this kind of off black, graphite, and white that I offer on this one. Other designs may have more colors. Like, let's go back. If I pick something like the Superman shirt, which shirt did I offer for that one? This is also a Comfort Colors. I offered it in a red. That red is not as bright as this red. You can't trust the screen. And the colors don't show correctly on the screen, but you can see the comparison between the red in the logo and the red on the shirt. It would look better on this one, so I'll probably go and replace it in case anybody wants to get a Superman themed shirt in time for Comic-Con. But what I'm going to try to do is put the type of shirt in the description, and to answer Walking Miracle's question, I can put stuff down here. I can customize this, so I may put like note from Sully or Nerd Unite note or something like that. This runs gargantuanly big, or this is a little bit lighter weight or whatever. There's a lot of tech specs in there. You can look down through these to get like, hey, if I'm a 50-inch chest, which shirt do I need? You know, you can look through that kind of stuff to clearly get good sizing. But you know, even that can be very, very confusing at times. So I'll just try to make good notes on these. To that note, this wasn't just to try and sell stuff, but, you know, if you're thinking about trying to get some Nerd Unite gear in time for San Diego Comic-Con, in case anybody's, you know, willing, there's a lot of stuff on the site right now that is, if it's Comfort Colors especially, I love it. I would highly recommend. And I need to get, I know for sure I have a list that I need to start. One, our friend Comic Zombie, who I think is out at Fun Days, he asked for fitted hats. The thing is, I can't just go, hey, website, add a fitted hat with every logo I've made. Doesn't work that way. I have to go to each thing and go, which hat style do I want to offer? Take the logo, place it on the hat. They have to then, when the first order is placed, they have to, I have to approve the logo on the way it looks on the hat. Then when the first order is produced, I have to pay for a setup fee for the embroidery. And so the first hat I'll make zero money on because I have to pay that, right? I may make a couple bucks. Then after that, they would be profitable. I try to order samples and stuff. But anyway, the point is I can't just go, hey, somebody said they want scrunchies. That was something that came up once upon a time. I can't just go website, make every logo I've done on a scrunchie. Each one takes a bunch of time to set up. So if anybody knows something for sure, something that they want, let me know. I'll try to get it on the site this weekend, so that you could order it and have it in time for Comic-Con. These things usually arrive in 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks. I think there may be some expedited shipping options depending on where you're at. Why did the model change on the red shirt? I can pick, these are mock-ups. I can pick from a bunch of different mock-ups, and I try to pick, I try to pick different ones for different shirts, just so it doesn't look so generic, like it's the same exact photoshopped shirt on the guy in every one of them. Vanilla Gorilla says, I've seen a site or two that mentions what size and shape the model is. Shirt as well, of course. Trying to think of where I saw that. Where Gustin? Never heard of that. Yeah, it's very frustrating. I'm not a typical size person or typical build. I have very thin legs. I have no meat on my legs, no fat on my arms. If you just saw my legs and arms, you'd be like, that's a super fit guy. He must work out regularly. My midsection is where everything goes. It's like it can only be trapped there, in my boobs, in my gut, in my back. It's all right there. It's all right there. Arizona sports fans, I love that idea. If you guys send me photos of you in front of a nice solid wall of you in the shirt, I'll happily put it on the site. Good lighting. Gotta have good lighting. That's the trick. Friday fashion for show. I like it, Nadu. Night Bodega says, I bought some shirts at SDCC last year and they shrunk a size small. So that's something else you got to consider. If it's 100% cotton, which is in the stats, in the mock-up or what's written about the shirt, the description, you got to take that into account. I would say always go up a size unless you really like your clothes fitted and allow for that. I try to allow, you shouldn't, but I try to allow for what if I get a little bigger, you know? It probably is going to happen. As you get older, it gets harder, you know? Allie said, would still love the cats and owls logo on some stuff, but that's not as time sensitive. I'll make a note though. And like when you say on some stuff, if you're going to buy a shirt, do you like the Comfort Colors shirt, Allie? Or what would you like instead? What you like the unisex shirt? Do you like the more fitted woman shirt? I'm saying this is a general question. I think I know the answer for you, but you know, what I'm saying is that anybody has any specifics for me, let me know so I can get it on the site. I'm happy to do it if you think you might order something. It's worth the effort. Even if I only sell you the one shirt, it's probably going to be worth the effort. Zach Bonifer, Sully, my mediocre guy. I'll take it. At least you're not crappy guy, you know? Misty, which scrunchies would you want? Which logos? Again, I can't just wave a magic wand and say make a scrunchie out of everything. But if there's a specific one that you need, like, I can do that. I was in the pool! Exactly, Chucky. Vanilla Grizz says, oh, speaking of, I still have a Houston Rockets official shooting shirt that you kindly gifted me a few years ago. It's sweet AF, but unfortunately, I've yet to grow into that medium. Oh, real good problem to have, bro. I'm holding on for dear life not to go to 2XL permanently, and you're like, I can't grow into the medium. But you work out regularly, so works for you, for sure. All your basketball. Misty says 100% cotton, cold water, and hang dry or super low dry. You know, you absolutely can do that. And I used to hang dry everything. I got sick of doing it. I got hang drying it, and then if you don't, you know, snap it and smooth it out real good, you got a wrinkled shirt. I used to iron stuff. I don't even own an ironing board anymore. I'm not doing it. I need to be able to toss it in the dryer, not worry about it shrinking too much. We do use cold water to wash them, but unisex shirts, scrunchies, I'd get a hat for my dad. All right, so for cats and owls, unisex shirt, scrunchie, hat. And I think your dad likes the literal dad hats, right? Like he's not going to wear a flat brim. I don't think he's a flex fit guy. See, those are the kind of things I have to think about. For him, probably I would think a dad hat, like a little bit more of a floppy build. Thank you, Misty. Thank you. I hang dry all my shirts. Used to. Can't do it anymore. If it was a work shirt, yeah. If I was going to an office, for sure. Mandy said, I remember the Levi guy say that the pants were meant not to be washed. Yeah. You're supposed to just wear them and not wash them very often. Something about the way that the denim, like the denim is not going to get gross and dirty unless you get gross dirty on it. Yeah, I try not to wash my pants, my jeans very often. Once they are noticeably dirty, time to wash. Yo, Wax Prophet, happy weekend. How are you now? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, if anybody else has any input on this stuff, or if you look on the website and you're like, hey, Sully, I know you designed a fill in the blank logo. I don't see it on here. I'd like a shirt of that. That'd be really cool. If you're going to the Dreams party, if I don't come up with a better pajama situation for the Dreams party at SDCC, I might just wear my Nerds Unite shirt that's in the Rocky Moto font, because I think that would be fun. Oh, I'm glad to hear it, Wax Profit. Yeah, but let me know. I put up a couple of the new designs. This newest one that I made for West Coast Avengers in the style of West Coast Avengers is up on the site. I need to order me one of these for SDCC. Like, I offer the colors that make sense, right? I have a ton of black shirts. I don't need black. I'm thinking French navy on this one. I like that navy. The gray's okay. I don't really like gray shirts necessarily. More of the chalkboard. More black than gray. I like those. Anthracite looks like it has a little bit of a purple hue to me. The red I think would be nice with that, but I might get the Superman shirt in red. Heather gray, not for me, but I know some people love it. And then I got this one because I thought it looked cool, kind of vintage. The desert dust. I wouldn't wear that. I don't like light colored shirts. It doesn't complement my body style type at all. I try to wear darker shirts. So, all kidding aside, how difficult would it be for onesies? And my wife and kids love them. I don't know. I don't know if they offer onesies. So I use this company called Printful, which I've been very happy with. I did a lot of research before. They have made some mistakes that I'm not happy with, but they still do better than most companies. And everything they have on the site, they have. Let me sign in. Hold on. I don't know why I need to sign in, but I'm going to. They offer a ton of different options, right? And they're always cycling through the different materials and shirt types, which gets confusing, but is also nice. That's why I have to order samples. I can't just read this and go, that makes sense. But they offer a lot of different things. Product catalog. Look at this. Look at this. Hold on. Just let's look up just like men's t-shirts. Look at all these options. 3, 7, 11, 15, 19. There's multiple pages of all these different types of shirts. So they offer a lot of products. But let me look up. I can search too. Let's look up onesie. Let's see if that's something they offer. There's a baby onesie. 6 matching products. Yeah, no adult onesies. Yard signs? I didn't know they offered that. There's like a ladies, it's a swimsuit. There's the baby bodysuits. So you can get little baby onesies, but not adult onesies. I mostly hang dry my t-shirts, but sometimes I will use the delicate heating cycle in the dryer. Yeah, like I said, I used to. I got to the point where I'm like, it's too much work. Honestly, Kelly got me hooked on that because she's just careful about what she buys to make sure that it will not be an issue. By the way, I'm noticing we're about to transition to something else here. I'm noticing that my RAM is maxing out again. My memory, not my RAM, my GPU. So there's a chance this thing could crash again. I can't pinpoint what it is. If it crashes, I will be back. So just hang in the chat. I'll know if it crashes. It's not a surprise to me when it does. I'll usually, after a minute, come in and chat and go, hey, it crashed. I'm rebooting the computer. I'll be right back. I cannot pinpoint the problem, so I'll just got to keep trying different things to see if I can fix it. Let's use this opportunity to transition over. Priscilla's busy, but if she gets an opportunity to, I'd love to have her chime in. I think I put it on... I should have put it here. Why didn't I put it here? That's the wrong one. Hold on just a second. Where did I put it? Oh, I put it there, stupidly. Is that right? Yeah, okay. I put it in the wrong spot. Let's see if this works. Oh, good. It at least hit it. Because I wanted to do kind of a reveal. Okay. So, if you guys didn't see, Priscilla, and I'm by the way, I'm not banking this all on Priscilla. Priscilla did not design this. She did not endorse this. It's just a nice complimentary piece to what she's doing, and I hope it works. Oh, by the way, I forgot you wanted to talk about pins. We can absolutely talk about pins in a little bit. Somebody remind me. But Priscilla's doing this really cool idea, and I want to shout her out first before I share this. Not only does she try to come up with unique, fun stuff to make exclusives of every year, but you can tell she puts in thought to go, can I include other people and help them get some sales as well? And I think that's really, really sweet. But she's got this concept here. This not a concept, it's happening. She made art for a water bottle. There we go. Art for a water bottle that is her style of art drawing out the San Diego Convention Center, right? So if you turn that ball around, you're going to see it's like a splayed out long version of the convention center that's wrapped around this bottle. And the bottle plus stickers is, I think she's calling it a starter kit, will be available for sale as an exclusive during San Diego Comic-Con for $40, I think it was. Don't misquote me. If I was wrong, it's whatever she says, not what I say. But I think this concept is so cool because you get this more of a blank-ish water bottle, and then you get the stickers, like you can see down there on the ground, the stickers. Sune, there's little like flowers, there's a little cart with Sune in there, and I think her other characters as well. There's like I think it's a little bingo sheet and a little airplane with a banner behind it, that kind of stuff. That you get those and you put them on the water bottle. And she's partnered with, she's got some other artists that are going to make sticker sheets as well. So you could go to them and get their sticker sheets and then put them on the water bottle as well. And you could make your own customized one of one. It might, Vanilla Gorilla, I've tried all kinds of things with Chrome and I haven't been able to figure out if it is the problem. Somebody didn't mention try a different browser and I should. But there's no method to the madness on what I've seen so far. Arizona sports fans, I see your comment as well. Let me, tank tops, muscle shirts. I'm all over the place, sorry gang. But anyway, I love this water bottle concept, and I asked her kindly, I was like, hey, would I be able to make a sticker sheet if that's cool with you? So she sent me the parameters for what it takes. Like, the characters can't be bigger than a certain size or else they take up too much of the bottle. Any kind of other logos you might make need to fit in certain areas at certain sizes. I love this idea. Very, very smart. So I was like, let's do this. So I designed a sticker sheet. And I'm going to show you guys a sticker sheet. Oh, yeah, please, Vanilla Girl, let me know. And I'm gonna show you guys coming up on the screen now in my weird slow method. This is called the Super Summer 2025 sticker sheet. I didn't put the word sticker sheet on there. That Super Summer 25 is a sticker. But here we go. I have taken some of my logos that I've created and ones you haven't seen before. Brand new one. I was gonna hide it. I decided not to hide it. And I've made the first ever full-blown Hoot included sticker sheet for Super Summer 2025. So you've got the Superman-inspired logo, Nerds Unite, as a sticker. You've got a brand new, never shown before, Fantastic Four inspired sticker right there over above the top where it would say Marvel Studios on their design. It says Positivity. I love the way this one came out. Sneak peek to a future NFT as well. You've got the Nerds Unite Teen Titans Go logo. You've got an NU logo in that kind of bluish color that matches the Super Summer 25. You got the Daredevil logo, matches what I'm wearing right here. You've got the brand new West Coast Avengers one down there. I also made Bang, Pow, Snap, or what's the other one say? I can't even remember. Smash. So that you could put those on the water bottle. I thought that had a cool Comic-Con feel. Then you got Hoot and Cosplay as Superman and as Cap with the wings and the shield. And then there's one of just Hoot, and he's got the lanyard and he's wearing the little shirt that says Super Summer 2025. You like the one with the orange hat? Yeah, I mean, that's what Hoot normally wears. I have a whole line of NFTs where there's a bunch of him wearing the orange hat and different shirts. But I want to make a sticker sheet. I know, right, Savage? This was a lot of fun, also a lot of work. Not only do I have to lay all these out and make sure they fit within the parameters of what Priscilla had described. At first, I had the logos much bigger, and she's like, she gave me some great feedback. She's like, bring down the NU logos, get some Hoots in there. People like the Hoots, so we got Hoots. That's the plural, always. I made up the Bang, Smash, Pow, because I just thought that would work with the whole, thing. And you'll notice at the bottom right, there's a little spot. I'm going to make these, there's 100 sheets. That's it. One-time printing, and I'm done. Going to be 1 out of 100, 2 out of 100, 3 out of 100. I will keep 5 and 11 for Kelly and I, but the rest of them will go out. So if you order from me, you will randomly get a number. It will be random. I will just shuffle them. But I'm going to put that, actually, turn that off, turn this on. And I've got a command in chat. Here's how we're going to do this. Before you fill out the form, listen to me, because there's not a rush. We're not going to go over 100 during the stream today. I didn't put a max. So as right now, if you want to order multiple. If I run into a problem and we go over 100, I'm going to go to you and go, hey, can't do that. But listen to me before you fill out the form. Here's how this is going to work. Let me get the timer going. 1 second. Stickers is the command in the chat, by the way. So if you haven't ordered from me before in the past, this is going to be new, but this is how it works. It's not on my website. In order to save money for myself and for you and headache and all that stuff, what you do is you fill out the form, much like you would for a free NFT. Did you pin an old link? Oh, wait, why is the old stickers coming up? That shouldn't be working like that. Is there multiple? How is that happening? There can't be multiple things with the same... What? That's weird. How is that coming up? It shouldn't. That command's... It must be coming from somewhere else. That's weird. Well, let me just grab this and we'll pin this one. I don't know how that's possible. Here we go. There's the link. But again, before you fill it out, listen to me. So you're going to fill it out with your name and your delivery information. Make sure that's accurate because that's where it's going to be sent. And you're going to tell me, I didn't put in there, did I put quantity? I think I did put quantity. How many you want, any notes. Notes do not mean send me mint number 1. That's not going to happen. Don't eat up the notes with like weird stuff because that takes more time away from me. Just only if you want them signed, or I don't know why you would, or anything like that. You can put that in the notes. But what I'll do is tomorrow I will sit down and send out a wave of emails to all of you that say, hey, you ordered 1 sheet. That's $10 because you live in the US. That includes delivery. Here's the methods for payment and the instructions on payment. Because when you pay me, you can pay me in PayPal, Venmo, or Cash App. You got to make sure to put proper notes in there so that I know when your payment comes from an account that says Dave Smith, but your name is Peter O'Toole, I know how to match them up, right? Too many people have weird, like especially PayPal, the name doesn't match anything. So, but I'll send you an email with instructions that says, hey, you ordered 2 sheets, that's $20. Send the payment, then I'll send your sheet out. The sheets are going to be ordered. I actually already sent all the information to the sticker printing company, and I'm waiting on the quote. As soon as they get the quote back, the art's already done, I will say go, and they should take about 10 to 15 days, 10 days for processing, 15 days to get them here, which means I'll have them the week before San Diego Comic-Con. If you're not going to San Diego Comic-Con, I'm just going to bring some if you're going, and I can deliver them to you there. But hopefully I have them in plenty enough time where I can get them in the mail and get them to you. I'm trying my best. I'm actually ahead of things, but somehow still behind on things. You can order several if you want. So Misty, good question. These are going to be premium vinyl matte finish and will be weatherproof. Washable should be, yes, just like the other company, where if you put them on something and you put them in the washing machine, yes. I'm using the company and sticker type that Priscilla recommended. So you can literally have them on a cup, put them in the washing machine, and the sticker does not come off, doesn't fade, none of that. Yeah. So I know this is can be a little confusing. It's not on a website. You don't just check out and get them delivered. I don't have them in hand right now. Just so you know, I'm going to do my best to get them to you before SDCC. But if you're going to be at SDCC, maybe leave that in the notes. And if I can, I'll just bring it to you at SDCC. In the past, I've avoided doing that because it does get a little tricky. But I understand the timing on this is tricky. And I'll be at Priscilla's party, and I can dish them out there. If I have any extras out of the 100, I'll bring them with me. But really need to cover my costs. So if I can sell at least 30, I think I can cover my costs. But if I can't sell the 30, I'm in the hole on this. So hopefully you guys will be willing to go ahead and say yes and fill out the form, and we're all good. Do I have the form open so I can check it out? The results. There it is. Let's see if we already got some responses. No responses so far, so we'll just wait and see. Hopefully you guys will order some. Did I put in quantity? Let me see. I put in quantity. Yeah, how many sticker sheets would you like to purchase? Each sticker is $10. Oh, if it's international, if you live in Canada or elsewhere, there's going to be an additional couple of dollars because I have to buy an international stamp. But I'll happily do that. What's up, Mocking Lazarus? How are you? I don't know why this command is not working. This is the weirdest thing. Somehow, where's that command coming from? It says stream elements, doesn't it? Let me try again. Does it say stream elements? Yeah. Oh wait, it works now. Oops, I have a mistake in the form. I'll fix it. How many stickers? Wait, where do you see one from the 4 shown? Where do you see that? I thought I caught all this stuff. I used a previous form and copied it and then... How many sticker sheets would you like? Each sticker's $10. Nope, you're on the wrong form. This is what the form should look like. Because of that problem with stream elements, which I could not have predicted. If it doesn't have this header, you're in the wrong form. Yeah, make sure you're on this form right here, which is now pinned in the chat on Twitch, and I'll put it over on YouTube as well. Sorry for that problem. I could not have predicted that would be a thing because I still don't understand how it even happened. And now all of a sudden it's just working? That's very strange. I'll put it over on YouTube as well. Yeah, make sure you're in this form. Whenever I do forms, this is not something anybody should ever have to tell you. I shouldn't have to tell anybody. I should be doing a better job of doing my job. But I always make the header in that image. I make it match with the stuff that's up for sale so that you have a visual to match. And I try to do really good descriptions as well. So if you're ever getting a free NFT from me or whatever, and the image is wrong and the text is wrong, we're in the wrong spot. I really screwed up. Yeah, and there's still that stream elements thing with the stickers showing up. Did I turn the wrong timer on? I don't get it. I don't know where it's coming from. That extra life thing. I didn't turn that on. That's really strange. Let me double check one more time. I'm looking up the keyword stickers. That's not enabled. That's summer 2025. There's another one. And that command was not just stickers for that one. It was extra life stickers. That's very strange. That should go away now. Sorry for the confusion. Priscilla said, taking a quick 2-minute break to buy some sticker sheets. Thank you for the kind. Hey, thank you, Priscilla. I really do love this project. I said this to somebody else. Oh, I told Brandon, Nat Delos, about this today. I talked to him. And I was like, I just love the fact that she not only thinks, hey, how could I make something fun for the fans, but also get some other people involved. I really, really dig that. It's the kind of thing I talk about. Like, I think projects like Funko's NFTs, you have to be a steward of the whole platform. Like, they're out there making stuff on Wax. I think they should be in there engaging with and interacting with other people in Wax to help build up the whole platform, you know? I know bandwidth is a big issue for them, but thank you, Randy C. Appreciate you. Thank you, Mocking Lazarus. Thank you, Walking Miracle. Tech says, hey, what's up, Sully Squad? Sorry, a little late. Work don't want me to be great. You rhymed it too. That's impressive. Yeah, if you need to make any special requests, bottom of the form, put in there like I'll be at SDCC, bring it to me, or whatever, you know, whatever you want to put in there. Again, don't put stuff in there like Priscilla's messed with me in the past and written little notes in there like don't fart in my envelope. I won't be doing that, so that we don't need a note for that. Night Bodega reminded me about Disney Perks. Okay, good timing. Good timing. Yeah, Allie, for sure. That peer pressure. It got you. Wait, the form's right in front of me. You guys can't see what I'm looking. Okay, good. I don't want to show anybody's personal information in the sheets. If you guys want to share this information in a Discord you're in or with anybody else within the community, feel free to. I wanted to give you guys first crack at it here in the stream. How did I do that? There we go. I accidentally hit page down. 2. Gotcha. 2 for that one. Is that a raid? Tricky Creates with the raid! What's up, Tricky Creates? Thank you so much, I appreciate you. What's up, Tricky? How we doing? Happy FriYAY, my friend. I forgot to say I'm at SDCC, but I think you already knew this. Yes, I put that together. Oh, Vanilla Gorilla, I haven't got you set up for links. Sorry, man. If you want to shoot me, can you shoot me a text with that, Vanilla Gorilla? I'd appreciate it. Tricky Crates rated. Thank you. I hope you had a wonderful stream. Nadu came over with that one as well. He was in both. Wish you can keep switching stickers on the bottle so you can rotate your stickers, but don't think there are stickers that can be taken off. Yeah, they do offer those stickers that can be removed, but then I don't think you're going to hold up like in a dishwasher situation. So I think your best bet, 10 bottles. You need probably 10 of the starter kits. 10 sticker sheets from me, 10 from all the other artists, and then between all that, you can. I'm just kidding around. Yeah, I don't think you could effectively do a remove and replace. Oh, Priscilla with the teaser. She said to Misty, there's only one that doesn't have the haul numbers that is part of the kit. I also have an unannounced sticker sheet that I'll be selling too. I have it in hand, but have to plan on when I post it because there's a bit of a spoiler on it. Ooh, I love it. Happy FriYAY, Tricky. Thank you, appreciate that. I didn't even know that you knew I wasn't feeling well. I appreciate that. Thank you, Tricky. Zenbrowser.app. You know how to get around the system. Zenbrowser.app. I'm gonna bring it up so I can take a look later. Something doesn't seem right. Zen-browser. Yeah, I left that out. That went to a website that's not copacetic. This one. Calmer Internet. All right, I gotta give that a shot. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. We were just talking, for anybody that just came over, I know Tricky had a few people in there. We were just talking about Priscilla's really cool SDCC exclusive water bottle that she's doing. That if you buy during Comic-Con will also come with a cool sticker sheet. And then I've made a sticker sheet as well that I put up for basically a pre-order today. If anybody's interested in scooping it up, you fill out a form. I'll send you an email with payment information. And then as soon as these stickers are coming in, I'm going to get them out to everybody just as quickly as possible. Also, forgot to mention this, if it helps in any way. I've asked you for your wax address in the form. I will be sending an NFT to everyone who orders a sticker sheet. And during San Diego Comic-Con, if you see me, I'll be at Priscilla's party and all over San Diego. If you see me and you come up and show proof of owning that particular NFT, I have a limited edition sticker that's like a bonus sticker that goes along with this sheet that I will give you. I will also have during San Diego Comic-Con, this is also in part of my order that I'm putting in with the sticker company. I'll also have a sticker that I've never produced before that's kind of like a business card that I can give out to people as just a freebie that has my URLs and information on it. It's a kiss cut, so you can peel the sticker off that. It's not a die cut sticker. I've got that in mocked up and the art's ready to go as well. So I'll have 2 extra stickers that you can get during San Diego Comic-Con. I'm everywhere and nowhere. It's tricky. I love it. That seems like a lot of work to be nowhere. Allie said, I want a water bottle. Will you be doing custom ones for each con, Priscilla? Oh, good question. I'll have to see. I want to see how this one goes. I think that's the smart move. She's a smart lady. Oh, yeah, Artist Alley, they do have some restriction. I know Priscilla's told me in the past, like, they say no shirts. You can't do, like, clothing. They have specific rules on what you can do or not. All right, back to casting and lurking. Don't talk behind my back because I'm listening. So that'll be. We'll talk in front of you. I'll talk smack about you right to your face. I would never. How many of each will you have? More than enough to cover. More than enough to cover. I'll have plenty. I'm going big on the numbers. Tricky saw, yeah, we love stickers and good luck in San Diego. Maybe next year for me, I'm hoping. Can't wait for pictures. Absolutely. I will be posting during. I always love San Diego Comic-Con. It's one one of the only cons where I post regularly from. I seem to forget during other conventions. I just did this one this past weekend. I was hosting panels left and right. I still haven't even gotten the photos of me doing the panels from my wife. She has them on her phone to share with everybody. But I had a great weekend. I posted like 3 times, I think, during the whole con. San Diego, I seem to be better about. I know it's going to be a lot of fun. I love San Diego Comic-Con every year. Thank you guys who've already ordered. I appreciate it. I'm going to leave up those prompts. We'll probably talk about it again during the stream. Again, share with anybody. I'll put it on my socials tomorrow or Sunday or something for anybody else that might be interested. And hopefully we can, if we sell the 100, that would be ideal. I don't think we will. I think I'll end up at San Diego with some extra sheets for those who are like, I didn't know anything about the sticker sheet. And I'll be like, well, guess what? I got a thing. Only time you can talk behind Priscilla's back is if you have a box of envelopes. Wait, what? I'm confused. Walking Miracle, there's so much line waiting at SDCC prime time to be posting on social. Agreed, and yes, absolutely. Color forms. I don't know color forms. That's interesting. Oh, I forgot about that, Blues Boy. No, she doesn't. She was requesting that I didn't. No, I'm not. I wouldn't imply that Priscilla was doing that she was doing that in her own water bottles. No, or in her own envelopes. I left the sticker in this shirt, so I knew the information on it. Hold on, I'm getting it. It was up, rubbing up here against my chest. What does that say? Personal orders. Well, that's not helpful information at all. Yet again, confirming this is a 2XL. Priscilla, she's busy. I'm not gonna bug her with questions. I need to post pictures of these shirts, and I'll post the funny one. That's the extra taste, guys. Don't put that in writing. We don't want that out in the world. The ASMR of that rip of the. Oh, was it good? Was that good on stream? Really? I don't know if it'll stick well again. Let's see. It really picks it up well. What is it? The ASMR is such a weird thing, but there is something to it for sure. Macy is obsessed with she's always doing her nails. She loves to put on the fake ones and paint them and stuff. And she's always like tapping on stuff. I was like, when we were at Disney, she doesn't have social media. She's not allowed to post on social media, which I agree with yet. But when she does, I was like, if you could post around Disney, you should just gone around everything doing ASMR, like tapping on different items at Disney. I think that would be like popular. Arizona sports fan. You know, a buddy of mine made this for me, Big D. I love it. It would be cool to have an orange hat, but I don't know anything about 3D printing. Maybe he could. Interestingly enough, I talked to our buddy Nat Delos today, and he was mentioning that he's like, hey man, if you want to do any 3D printed stuff, get back at me and let me know. Maybe some hats would be good. All the rage of the 70s and 80s, but you might be too young. Well, I've never been too young for anything. Not since I was at 20 in college trying to drink. I'm looking it up now. Color forms. You got me. Oh, I vaguely remember these little kits. Sticks like mad. Yeah, I do remember these. Oh, for anybody who can't see. We'll be able to say we knew her once she's allowed on social media and gets famous doing that ASMR. She, if and when she gets social media, she's so talented in so many ways. Not only would she do that stuff, which would be fun, but she's a singer. She's going to be taking vocal lessons this summer because she does have a beautiful singing voice like her mother. She does aerial. She does dance. Like, she's going to probably try out for the high school dance team. Like, she's just a performer. And social media will be great for her, assuming we guide her and keep her from getting into the bad stuff of social media, you know. Pop can probably do one for you. He's been doing 3D. Oh yeah, I've been watching the 3D printing for sure. The trick with the 3D printing is the design, is the 3D sculpting, right? I assume he's doing it or he's hiring somebody to do it. I don't know, but you got to have the right art. Just like I would love to 3D print a Hoot, but I've only ever drawn Hoot in 2D. At certain angles, you'll notice I always have him at the same angle because straight on, when I try to draw him, he looks manic. He looks horrible. Never done him in 3D before. And a couple people have taken a stab at it, and he always looks pretty derpy. Not because they're bad, but I don't think the design lends itself to that. You could be your social media. I think at first that actually probably would be really good. Like, hey, you can create stuff. We'll decide if it gets posted. We can post it for you. It would be private at first, that kind of stuff. Yeah, for sure. It's a scary time, man. Like, I'm glad we didn't have social media when I was a kid. I was trying to explain to Macy, like, she's getting out of 7th and she's going to go to 8th grade. So she's in the summer, right? When I was a kid, and a couple other people who may be able to agree with this, maybe they lived it. We got out of school on the last day, and I didn't see most of those kids until the beginning of school the next year. They could have literally grown a foot, and I wouldn't have seen them. I had phone numbers for a couple of kids, and we may call each other, and we might get together for a birthday party or something at we might go to Astroworld. That was very rare, like maybe once a summer. Like, my parents did not there was no dropping me off at the mall to go hang out. There was no, like, the only people I would see was at church on Sundays outside of the school year. That was about it. And I didn't really have a lot of overlap because of where my church was compared to my school. She has constant phone access. They're catching up. She was like sad on the last day. I was like, why are you sad? You're going to be talking to these kids all summer. It's going to be fine. Like, you're going to keep up with them. You're going to know everything that's going on. Like, literally, I knew nothing. A kid could move during the summer, and I'd be like, what happened to Todd? And they'd be like, Todd's dead. And I'd be like, I have no way to prove or disprove what you said, so I assume Todd's dead. Turns out Todd moved to Michigan. You know, I don't know. Texas facts. I didn't see anyone until 1 week before school started because we were shopping for gear in the... Yes, run into them at the mall. That's right. Vanilla Girl gotta go. All right, brother. Have a good one. Enjoy the 2C Dave and have a great rest of the stream. Thank you. Thank you, Carl. I appreciate you, bud. Yep, unless they were your neighbors or for a party. Neighbors? Yeah, I did have a couple neighbors down the street I would see. Blues Boy said that was the best time to grow up. No social media, playing outside all day. Yeah, but so you left school. There was no like, oh, well, that kid bullied me online, calling me names. Like, if he was calling me names, I didn't know. You know, there was nothing in print. There were no videos. There's no photo. I barely have photos like from my birthday parties as a kid, and like once a year a family photo, and like maybe at one event or something. We're taking photos of ourselves every day. Now they do it every day. I sound like such an old fogey. I know that. I went to a few panels during Washington State SummerCon, and there was one that had Adrian Zmed, who was in Grease, Christopher McDonald, who played Shooter McGavin, who was, I think, also in Grease, and the third guy was in Empire Records and might have also been in Grease. But they were all like 65 and older, and it was... You can almost script the way these panels are going to go now. 3 old white dudes, right? And questions came up about, somebody asked and set them up perfectly. I wouldn't have done it because I know where it would go. Hey, what's different nowadays compared to when you started? And inevitably it's well, now they're telling us we have to have social media if we want to get a job. If we go in for a interview for a job, they ask what our following is. And if we don't have a following, we probably won't get just cue the old white guy anger, right? It was so predictable. And then they inevitably got into conversations during the panel that they really... No, not Ethan Embry. It was the guy who was the musician that they were celebrating in Empire Records. It was whatever day. The guy who played him, who was already 50 when that movie came out, or 40 something. But anyway, and then they were having discussions around, well, yeah, this and the movie Big Boobs, and this and the movie. Like, everything they were talking about was stuff that in the audience the kids really didn't need to hear. And then, jeez, somebody asked that same guy I was just talking about, the one that played, let me look up his name because this is Empire Records cast. I love Ethan Embry, so not Ethan Embry. Oh, I forgot Debbie Mazar was in it. Him, Maxwell Caulfield, this dude, who looks actually way older than that picture right there. He's 65. I nailed it. Anyway, somebody asked him or asked all three, and he answered, what was the most awkward audition for a show you ever had? And I won't tell the story because family friendly here. But basically told how he was tricked into putting himself in a precarious position with a male who was interviewing him. that guy had expected different things in order for him to get the job. We'll put it that way, right? And he told the whole story. And I look around, there's like 12-year-old kids in the audience, and I'm like, this is not, you don't need to tell that story here. You need to edit it. You don't tell it. You don't tell it like that. But these guys are oblivious. They don't care. They're just like, I'm just going to tell it the way it is. Like, no, you can't do that. It was interesting, Manny. It was very interesting. They all, like, I wouldn't want to work with these guys. Adrian Zmed seemed like the nicest one. He was in T.J. Hooker with Captain Kirk. This guy, you probably recognize him from something from back in the day. Oh, there's a picture of them during Washington State SummerCon. Heather Locklear. Oh man, wow. Yep, old. William Shatner is, you guys know how old William Shatner is? If you know, don't answer. If you don't know, take a guess. I forgot Christopher McDonald was in Grease too, to be honest with you. Savage says 92, Misty says 90 something. So you guys, now looking at this photo, I see it. Just even 2 years ago, he did not look that old. Falconer says 78. See, that's where I would have been before. He is 94 years old. Somebody said Adrian Zmed looks older than Shatner in that photo. No, he doesn't. Shatner looks ancient. Shatner just has great hair for his age. When he's speaking, it's still not evident. You're absolutely right, Randy. See, it's pretty amazing. Like, he does not sound like he's in his 90s. There's like a slur, a different speech that people get when they get much older, and he doesn't have it yet somehow. But he has spent his whole life talking, like acting, singing, performing. Like, it's a muscle that he has exercised to limits that most don't. Yeah, Manny, in certain contexts, it's great. If I'm hanging out with those three guys on stage having a beer, tell me those stories. I want to hear them. That's great. When you're in an audience in front of a bunch of families and kids in a public environment, you don't say those stories the way they said the stories. You gotta edit it. You gotta again, you have to be a good steward to your community and what you do. And if you're not doing those things, you're not going to be doing a lot of cons. Eventually, somebody's going to go, no, bad rap for this one. We don't need him at our con, you know? Or I could be completely wrong, but that's my personal philosophy. I wouldn't get up on stage and say some things the way they say some things. Anyway, tangent. Let's move on. What else do we need to do today? We're going to have to do that community pack. We probably better get on that sooner than later. Let me post about that real quick. I totally forgot to post about that before the stream today. Every interaction I've heard of people meeting Shatner, famous or non-famous, is it was not nice to put it. Yeah, he is an arse. I've seen it firsthand. I have purposely not gotten an autograph or a photo op because, I mean, I like Star Trek. You could say I grew up on Star Trek and I love some of those movies, but I've always felt a little standoffish from him anyway. And then to see him interact with other people, I was like, I don't need any stories of my own. I'm gonna, from afar, I don't need to get close to this. All right, let me do a quick quote tweet of my own thing. I'm about to give away a community Marvel Funko NFT pack. Come visit my stream for a chance to win some NFTs. Maybe even a legendary or grail. All right, now I need an image from Droppp. Dance Fever was my jam, says, I totally feel that from you. I know your love of music. Blues Boy says every interaction. Oh, I read that. Nadu said, have you seen how the Marvel drop has been? I want to look at that. I'm gonna buy a little time after I put this tweet out there. Let me do this first. And I want to look at that. I think that's a good segue. There we go. I'm about to give away a Community Marvel Funko NFT pack. Come visit my stream for a chance to win some NFTs, maybe even a legendary or grail. All right, I'm going to tweet this out. I'm going to pick at least a few people who retweet this. And when I say this, you don't have to debate what this is, because I'm going to share a link in the chat of exactly what to retweet. This will be one of the methods of entry. So if you're willing to go retweet that and possibly win yourself one of these slots, please do. I want to draw people in here. But while we're waiting on people to get in here and while you guys are retweeting that, let's take a look at the drop. When we left off on Tuesday, we had an impending burn. No, the burn happened while we were on stream on Tuesday. And if we bring up our companion website, Poppin' Stock. Thank you, Misty, for retweeting. I saw that pop up on my phone. Poppin' Stock's website, by the way, has some new... I want to take a look at this later on today. He's got the wax dowel scanner, so you can scan your inventory to see what is stakeable to get you some earnings. That's amazing. I need to do that myself. Oh, he put some little buttons surrounding the logos there. I like that. Spreads them out a little bit. For Marvel, there was a 32.4% burn, which seems a little high considering it's Marvel, but you got to remember they upped the number of packs as well. Somebody did the math, and the sales on this were $500,000. I'm thinking they consider that a win. Could be wrong, but that's just the beginning, right? You know, we got all the secondary and tertiary market stuff in the future. We got the Droppp Arcade. It's going to be good for them. It's going to be more than $500,000. So that's great for Funko and great for digital collectibles. We need those big tentpole things, and that's a great one. Marvel was a great license. 32% burn means for those of us who got in, we got our stuff. We're going to get more value out of it because the actual stickers for the physical pops that will be delivered are going to be, the numbers are going to be much lower than what was projected, right? So if you take let's just say 30%, a third off of everything. So if it's a, if it was a 999 piece grail, now it's more like 666. Hopefully not that exact number, but whatever, because that's what the sticker's actually going to reflect when it's delivered to us, which is amazing. One thing I always look at for the health of a project, how it's doing, is the royalty set. We were buying the royalty, the epics, to help create the royalty. There were 14 epics. We were getting them for around $4 a piece. If you do the math, essentially that's a $65 royalty on the day of. It actually went as low as $54. They dropped. The day after, it got to $74. Now it's back around to $64. I think that's going to go up. I think that royalty is not one of the strongest royalties by any means, but it is a Marvel officially licensed Freddy Funko that will be limited to, right now there's only 556 completed. I'm guessing under 1,200, maybe even under 1,000 by the time all is said and done. That could be a very, that could give a lot to the value if it goes that low. For our grails, like I said, around 666. Oh, he put the images in too. That's so nice. For the legendaries, it was originally going to be, let's just jump over here, 1,900 a piece. What's 1,900 times 0.654? 1,154. So 1,150 pieces-ish, I think. Somebody can check my math if you want to. And I was lucky enough to pull 2 Scarlet Witches and a Wonder Man. The Scarlet Witches got up considerably better than this, but now they're having around $40 each. That's the best one. I didn't think that would be the best one, but it is because I think most people know it from the MCU, right? And it's a good mold. Wonder Man's around 19. Claw is 16. High Evolutionary is 20. Those are good buy-ins, in my opinion. In fact, I've got some money to play with now that I sold some stuff. I may scoop those up. The Grails, wow. Tigra at 150. It had gotten to around 160, 170. Ultron down to 200. I scooped one finally at 220. So I have both grails. Those are mine. And I think I may go for the mastery set and just grab up. I got the Mockingbird for like 12 or 13. It's now down to $8. That is you get the Mockingbird. It's an ultra out of 5,000 pieces. Now it's going to be more like 3,000 pieces, and you can literally buy it now for $8. If Mockingbird goes into the MCU or gets featured in a comic book in the future, and Funko is still holding strong as a collectible, This could easily be at least a $30 or $40 pop. At 3,000 produced, it should be a lot more. But right now, these pops aren't getting the value I think that they deserve for the quantities that are out there. This could be a great investment. I wouldn't be surprised if Pop and Craze owns like 50 of them already, or if not more. That's cheaper than a common pop that you get on a shelf. Yeah, that's as cheap as a pop stacker, the thing you put the expensive pops in. That's insane. Somebody lost both grails, sent both NFTs before they got the money. Ah, jeez. They really... I've always said I don't think Droppp would build in a trade functionality because they don't make any money off of it. It would be nice if they could do something like offer a trade with like maybe there's a fee to do the trade just to protect both parties, you know? Be careful, folks. You can't, because this was a Droppp exclusive, you couldn't transfer these out to Wax and then use the Wax platform for the trade or the like, pay me with Wax and I'll send you the NFTs. There was nothing to protect the seller. It's dangerous stuff. You got to be very careful out there. Too many bad eggs out there taking advantage of people. Randy said, I need to learn that it's okay to wait for secondary market instead of trying so hard to get a grail in a pack. It's a tough balance, Randy, because there's always a chance, man. Or Christian. It's so tricky. You keep thinking, oh, the next pack I'll open, it's going to be there. That's why I set myself, and I'm not making fun of you. You do what you got to do. You learn from your process. I set myself parameters and go, I'm only buying this many packs. I'm only opening this many. I'm going to hold packs and watch the market and make decisions. And I haven't won as big as like a Pop and Craze, but I also haven't lost. I think if I did all the math, and I should have been doing it all along, on everything that I've poured into the NFTs, and then you look at the value of the NFTs I have now and the pops that are on the shelf behind me, I'm up. I guarantee I'm up 20, 30% at least. And the longer I wait on some of these and the more the money goes up, the value, I think I'm going to end up being a big winner in the long run. Pop and Craze is taking it to another level. And I want to have him on here at some point to do like an interview style show, because I really think he gets it in the way that several of us get it. He sees down the road and around the corner, like I always talk about with Gary Vee. And he's playing the game hard, and he's going to be a big winner in all this, I think. I could be wrong, but... that's a real shame. I saw somebody, Pop and Craze opened a pack. He opens a lot, but he opened a pack that had 2 grails in it. One of each. He was one of the lucky ones. Now, he probably opened 200 packs, but... where did it jumped on me? Sorry, I'm looking for that. Where'd the other comment go? We need to be a patient panda. Yeah, there you go, for a V-Friends reference. Yeah, if you... take your emotion out of it, if you can find a way to do that and set parameters for yourself before you go in, I think you'll be way better off. You'll be able to go, okay, I told myself I was going to open 4 packs and that's it. I like to have a little leeway in that, say I'm going to buy 6 and I'm going to see what happens. I don't want to go nuts. I'll open 2, 3. If the luck is there, I'll continue. If it's not there, I'm backing off. And that's what I did on Tuesday. I backed off at the right time. So hopefully today's pack will be better for you guys. But all in, if we're looking at what stuff's going for now, I think we may be looking at one of the lowest points for the value of these currently. Like if you look at these different ones, it's now charted, the way he charts it out here, especially the royalty. I think we may be at a low point. Could we go a little lower? Sure. Will we go below 50 bucks on a royalty set? I seriously doubt it. Could we go up to 80 or 90? Not during the NFT, I don't think. But in the tertiary market, once the physical pops are delivered, I think we could. It does, Arizona sports fans. I totally agree. Like in this image here and on the box art that they have on the website, when you look at it, I think it looks metallic. And I really wish they would go, oh, guess what? It's metallic. I don't think that's going to happen. But I think it looks amazing and would make so would the Ultron. I think the Ultron would be great as metallic, but it doesn't look like it here. The High Evolutionary does. They would look great in metallic. Or even spot chrome. For the metallic with the red and spot chrome for the silver would be like a dream. That thing would go way up in value. The Charlie Bucket method, one and done. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think that's an awesome pop. Like I said, super cheap right now to get the claw and High Evolutionary. I need to get both and just go ahead and cap out a mastery set on this one. The High Evolutionary is selling for cheap right now too. I've been tempted to snag it. I don't think it's going to get any cheaper. In fact, should I put my money where my mouth is and do it right now? What are we at? What are we at on that one? High Evolutionary is $20. It could go down. I can see that one going to 15. Claw at 16. Wow, cheap. So cheap. It is probably the for me, it's the lowest on the totem pole, that and Wonder Man. But I still dig it because we've had Claw in the MCU, and we're about to have a big shakeup in the MCU. We could absolutely see someone portray Claw on screen that looks more like this, and that pop could jump up. Imagine if they cast a big name to play Claw in the upcoming MCU universe after this. Overnight, that thing could go through the roof. Molly Wop says, I bought 8 packs at first for this recent drop and got no grail and said screw it and purchased one more and it had the Ultron grail, so pretty much got out even. So 9 premium packs. I assume premium is what you mean. Yeah, so you're in for $270 and that current price on Ultron is $200. I can't believe it's that low. You're talking about a major character on blockchain, Marvel, Funko Pop. You get the pop in hand, and you're holding like that should be easily a $400+ pop, and it's not for whatever reason. We already had a Claw in the MCU, but he didn't look like. That's what I'm saying, Darth Wacko. Yeah, like we're about to have a shakeup. So whatever you picture as the Claw in the MCU now doesn't matter. It could be completely different going forward. We could have a totally different actor playing him, or we could have the same actor in a completely like he could have this kind of style suit. We don't know what we're gonna get. I think Marvel knows. Like I didn't feel this way, but I've been feeling it more lately. That the world seems to be kind of tired of Marvel, and it's gotten repetitive. I really don't feel that way. I enjoyed the movies a lot still. Are they at the height they were at Endgame? No, that was the best we've had, I think. But what are they doing? What are Kevin Feige and team doing right now? In prepping for the movies that are coming up with Doom and the new Spider-Man and all that stuff, like they're going, we're gonna reset this thing, man. Let's turn it on its ear. Let's get it back to where it was. Let's see if we can get the audience excited again. They've already said for the movies, we're only gonna do big events in the movies, and then for the series on Disney, we're gonna dial it back and make it much kind of smaller, more focused on characters, character building, not these big events. Like they're trying to sort it out. And one of those things I think is they're gonna do some fun stuff with casting and characters. I think we're gonna see a lot of craziness during the Doom movie, the Avengers Doomsday. Anyway, I'm gonna wait just slightly on those legendaries. I think we may go down a few bucks more. Yeah, the ones people call a dud, I still enjoyed. Probably my least favorite movie in the entire MCU to date, and I've seen every movie. Would it be anything that was recent? I did not care for the latest Captain America all that much. Like, it was okay, but I felt like most of it was spoiled before I got in there. I'd put it low on the totem pole. I'd put it near Thor: Dark World. I still enjoyed the movie, don't get me wrong. I would watch it right now if it was on. But I'm not excited like I was for Endgame or Thor Ragnarok or the first Captain America or Civil War, or like those to me are those are the big ones. Eternals, I need to watch Eternals again. I didn't hate it in the moment. I always wondered, hey, what's up, Lugs? How are you? I always wonder, because I need to see the movie fresh to be able to tell you much about it, or see it a bunch of times, how much of our perception of what we think of a movie is based on what other people are saying. I think we're swayed too easily. I think a lot of people talk smack about Eternals. I want to watch it again. Maybe I love that movie. I don't know. I've watched it once. I want to watch it again. Marvel's was kind of cheesy. Eternals wasn't bad at all. Just felt disconnected from the MCU. Yeah, those characters, they really need to tie in to make that feel better. Marvel's I only saw once. Cheesy, I think, probably applies. But I think I'd still like to see it again before I make, public statements on how I feel about it. Next for Snapshot, We just had Toy Story. Hopefully you guys got your coins. You're sitting pretty. Make sure you turn in your Dark Valentine stuff, the redemptions, before it's too late. What I always like to do is keep a few coins for a future one. So like now that Toy Story is in my wallet, I'll go ahead and redeem Dark Valentine. I just built the royalty on that one. I didn't get any others. I didn't get any drop monsters from Arcade Season 1. So our next snapshot, however, or what they say upcoming here, will be Avatar Series 2 on July 16th. So prior to Comic-Con, and then, during Comic-Con, Teen Titans Go Series 2. Now that one didn't perform super well, but if you're going to Comic-Con, you don't want to wait on that one because it's going to be so easy to forget about that. So make sure you take care of that business in the next couple weeks. Yep, there we go. I hate this. No warning at all. I think I'm probably gonna have to reboot the computer if you can hear me. I just had the elements of a crash. Oh, there's a video on the Grail from Sidekick. Oh, and there's Tanner. So he must have gotten it. Yeah, I think for good measure, I might have to reboot because now certain elements on my computer are not going to work. So let me put that here and go ahead and do the reboot. I hate that I have to do this. Sorry, gang. There we go. All right, I'm gonna reboot. I'll be right back. Then we'll get on to that pack giveaway. It won't even give me the power button to tell it to restart. Blue screen of death. Or blue circle of death, I should say. Control-Alt-Delete does nothing. No warning whatsoever, just crash. I hate to have to do a hard boot.